So, God of War Ragnarok has been out for a little minute now, and one of the main questions on all of our minds is, what is next for the Ghost of Sparta? And during my extensive research on this topic, I've found out that many people expect Kratos to explore new lands, new mythology, and get it cracking with some more gods again. Who is this bald behemoth going to fuck up this time? Is it going to be Anubis? Is it going to be Wukong? Is it going to be Jesus? Is it going to be me? While all of those god tier matchups sound more beautiful and more sexy than the belly of thunder himself, the chances and the odds of Kratos doing something like that after God of War Ragnarok is slim to none. I know a lot of people are not going to hear this. I know there's a lot of people that are living in denial right now, thinking that there has to be some other reason or a way for Kratos to go on another godly adventure. But I think not only does Kratos not fight any more gods or go to any more mythologies, but also he might not even have a relevant role in the next game. He might not even be in God of War 6. Now, I don't want to come out of nowhere and be that guy, just a mood killer, a hype killer, bearer of bad news, but I believe that there is a high possibility that we have already witnessed the end of the God of War. Allow me to state the obvious real quick. What Kratos wants at this state of his life and at the state of his character no longer aligns with what we want. Unlike his son, he is not full of curiosity, not full of wonder, and he is too old for ambition. He is literally the Hopper archetype. And I'm talking about the type of character who prefers not to start shit. You see, Kratos has always been a man of reason. No, not like that. I mean that he has to be motivated in order to actually do something. So we can't really expect him to get involved in anything that doesn't concern the 9 realms at this moment, because it's simply not in his nature. Throughout the entirety of the modern God of War saga, Kratos has been kind of a passive character, only doing stuff because the people close to him told him to, or because of his safety being threatened. And if neither of those things are a factor, the Ghost of Sparta is going home. Yeah, honestly, I just feel like there's not really much you can do with him at this point. He's already been through his struggles, his character development, his regression, his redemption. I feel like he has reached his natural conclusion, and anything after this would just feel like you're dragging it on just because of his name. We have witnessed this tragedy happen to many other people in fiction. Exhibit A, Boruto.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, what the fuck is that, bro?
Never in a million years would you be able to convince me that this character will allow this bullshit to happen to them. Exhibit B. We thought that he got over that catching up to Kakarot shit in the Buu saga. What the hell was he doing in the Tournament of Power?
How dare you! Ah!
Exactly. So let me ask you something real quick. Is that what you want for him, Carl? Is that what you wish upon the God of War community, Carl? Are you willing to watch our boy get nerfed into the ground game after game just to make the story a little more intriguing? Because that nigga was already nerfed in Ragnarok in 2018, let's be honest. And not even just power scaling. We're talking about narrative too. What is left for Kratos to really go through? What is left for Kratos to actually discover and figure out about himself in order to become a better person? Those things might not be important to some of us, but considering the direction that Santa Monica is taking with these games, which is more story driven, you might want to figure that shit out. Like, we already know that they want to avoid repetition as much as possible. This is why 2018 and Ragnarok were a duology instead of a trilogy like the classics. The only thing that they really even set up for Kratos in God of War Ragnarok was for him to not be a tool of destruction anymore, but a tool of construction, to rebuild everything that has been destroyed. Other than that, everything else was mainly for Atreus. And that is a journey that Kratos should not be involved in at all, because it will take away from Atreus' own growth. I mean, he was already fucking carried in Ragnarok. We gonna carry his ass again? That's repetitive. And that puts us in a very sticky situation for the future of this series. And I know some of us out there are looking like, $70 for Atreus?
Hell
Hell no.
Not saying that this is what I want for the series, but if we were to really have Kratos in the next game so bad, he's either getting nerfed to the ground or he's going to regress into some of his old ways. Both of these options leaves them very open for obvious critiques. As much as I would love to play as Kratos taking on every single god known to man, it would simply make everything that he's went through at this point meaningless. I'm not trying to see my boy go from Brenda's got a baby to hit him up because he's done that already. Kratos is a tired man, a very tired man, not just physically, but mentally. You can tell just by looking at him. You can tell by the moments that he gets to breathe. His heart is not in this battle anymore. He has nothing left to prove anymore, especially when every time he does fight and destroy, it leads to a lot of people dying and a lot of hearts being broken. Even when you are fighting for the right cause, there's still going to be people caught in that crossfire. And Kratos is the type of man at this point who's going to do everything in his power to avoid that. While all of us wants to see Kratos again, including myself, what Kratos really wants and what he's always wanted is coffee and contemplation. And to live happily ever after with Freya, while Boulder over there watching from Helheim like,
What the fuck?
You can't win!
I did win. I definitely won because me and your mom.
I would like to take this moment and say thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I know, I'm late, but I do hope very much that I will be able to interact with more of you bright minds as I return to the coast of Sparta. Oh shit, that's what he can do in the next game.